Hi everybody, I'm DJ Foster, joined by Grand Valley State head football coach Matt Mitchell as the Lakers prepare for the national semifinals this Saturday against Shepherd in a noon start from West Virginia. Mitch, before we talk about Shepherd coming up this weekend, another road victory for you guys last weekend, 31-7 at Colorado State Pueblo, the defending national champs. How has this team continued to be able to get it done on the road against three of the top four teams in the country over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think, like I said, we've grown a lot throughout the course of the season, and our talent has kind of risen to the occasion. We've played some really good defense, lately, and I know you give up 34 points to Ferris, but that was one of the most prolific offenses in the nation, and got some turnovers that we needed. But our defense has really carried us these 3 weeks, and offensively, I think the best thing we did last week was didn't turn the ball over. We had 0 turnovers, and if you can have 0 turnovers, get some explosive plays, which we did at Pueblo, and play good defense, it's going to be a formula that can allow you to win wherever, whether you're home, on the road, whoever you're playing. So I think our kids have bought into that. We've gotten better. I think the other factor is defensively we're healthy. We're relatively healthy. We're a little bit more banged up on offense, but we got pretty much all of our starters out there on the defensive side of the ball. And you get this late in the season now playing 14 games, you can't diminish having your talent fresh and healthy and being ready to play.
Saturday is game 15. How has this team changed from game 1?
I think on the offensive side of the ball, obviously starts the quarterback, a ton more confidence. I can just tell him when he walks down the ramp right here at practice, he's just more confident in what's going on and what's happening. And I think we've improved our running game. It'll take a hit this week with not having Kirk Spencer, but we've gotten better up front. Our offensive line, our backs gotten better. We made a lot of changes, and I think our running game has really improved over the course of it. So defensively, new guy calling the defense at the beginning of the year. I can't, people don't understate that. And a new philosophy, different changes, what we're doing schematically. Sometimes it takes a while for players to adapt to that and get up to speed with that, but I think they're in a good groove right now. So we made a lot of changes, and it just takes a little bit of time and effect for those changes to come into play. It also takes some time and effect when you have players with no experience to get the experience. And that's the best thing is, we've got a lot of experience now. I haven't played 14 games.
Shepherd, 12-0, number 1 seed, coming out of their region. Talk about the Rams, because obviously not a lot of Grand Valley folks know anything about Shepherd.
Well, obviously they have a lot of confidence. They're number 1 seed. They went through the region undefeated, haven't lost a football game this year. So they're going to be an extremely confident group. It looks to be a great atmosphere, great weather. So I'm sure they're going to be excited to play just like we're going to be excited to play. So I think their team is led by their defense. I think their defense is really good at all 3 levels. This will be one of the more athletic and active secondaries that we've seen. In 2015, they're great on special teams, and they blocked a ton of kicks, whether it's punts or extra points or field goals. They blocked them. They've created a lot of great field position with all their special teams. Then they have an opportunistic offense. Anytime you have a great defense and great special teams, it makes life a little bit easier on the offensive side of the ball, and that's what's happened. And so you're going to see 2 quarterbacks out there that are very similar, both 6'4" guys, big live arms, long hair, a lot of confidence. That's one thing that's kind of the commonality is that we both got good signal callers that have a lot of confidence in what they're able to do.
Do you see any areas where you guys may have an advantage, or things that you're willing to exploit on them, either offensively or defensively?
Yeah, well, I think for offense it's going to be really difficult. I think that's going to be tough sledding against their defense. They're good at all levels. We can't turn it over. That's the biggest thing. We just cannot. They're going to run around and hit you. We can't fumble with bad ball security. We can't let our quarterback get hit and a ball's floating up in the air and one of their DBs picks it off and creates field position that way. So, I think on the defensive side of the ball, we got to continue to do what we've done up to this point, which is stop the run. I think we've been good at stopping the run and getting us some third downs. Earlier in the later parts of the season, we weren't real good on getting off the field on third down. That's the other thing that's been key. And I think last week we were Pueblo was 1 of 10 on third down. I don't know if it's going to be that easy this week, but we got to get off the field on third down. And I just think this is one of those games, like I keep saying, turnovers. Turnovers. We can force some turnovers on the defensive side of the ball when the ball's in the air. That's great. And if we can really limit some on the offensive side of the ball, I think that's advantageous. So this is going to be an exciting game. There's going to be a lot of interest in this game, and I think our kids are excited to have this opportunity.
Grand Valley State and Shepherd this Saturday afternoon, a noon start on ESPN3, online only. You can also listen on the radio and Grand Valley Sports Network. The national semifinals between the Lakers and the Rams. Mitch, best of luck this weekend. Thanks so much for your time.
Great, thanks.